All right, so here's my SuperCub. SuperCub. And my foot pegs here are bent. So you can see, let's see if we can see it from the top view angle there. So you can see how it's, this one's actually bent upwards. This one's bent downwards and slightly forward as well. Actually, even I think this might be bent too, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm replacing the foot peg part. And you see that this part right here, this is what was, dug into the ground in my crash. So here's the rubber part right there. It came off. This is the side piece. It was in there. You see it all scratched up, and actually this is from because it got bent down. It was also kind of hanging down a little bit. When I cornered, it would rub right here. So that's where that's from. But I'm not replacing this. I'm keeping this. It still works, so no need to replace it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repaint this. It's all scratched up. I'm gonna repaint that. So I got new rubber pegs. So there's the part number. All right, see that part number, and it's pretty cheap. It's only $6 or so, 6 something. Well, I think that's the list price, but it was actually cheaper than that. I think it was about $6. So there's a part number, and they're both the same. Both same part number. I got the new foot peg right here, and that's the part number for that. All right. This one right here, the list price is $33, but I actually got this bar for I think this bar cost me 27 or 27 and some change, but its list price is $33. Anyways, it was like again, it was like under $30, and because everything that I bought was actually over, and I bought this out from Revzilla. You buy stuff from Revzilla. If your order is over, basically if your order is $40 or more, it's free shipping. So I got free shipping. So anyways, time to take this off. And obviously this one I have I have the kickstand here. So this is not factory. The kickstand. This is OEM kick. This is OEM Honda. But on the US market SuperCub, it doesn't come with a kickstand. So I bought this from someone on the forum, Honda Clubber, on the Adventure Rider forum. And he actually has made this little part right here made, and you have to weld this onto the factory factory North American one. So if you look at the factory North American one, let's just back this up a little bit. You see that it doesn't have this tab here. So it goes, I think it goes like this. So you see it doesn't have the tab here, but there's a slot for it though. There's a slot there. Unlike on this side, there's no slot because this square channel here, or this channel here, is in the way this gusset basically. So you don't have a spot for it, but on this side it does. It actually has a spot for that tab. So the North American one doesn't have a side stand, but if you go to, like, say in Asia and you buy this from Asia, it has the side stand tab. I was looking at at buying this from Asia, but it's like a lot more expensive. So it was cheaper to just buy the US one and buy this little tab here. This little tab, the guy on the forum, he sells this tab for, I think, how much was it? Was it $20 or $30? Basically, it costs about the same price as this thing, but he has that, he has that custom made, so that's why, and a small batch, so that's why it costs the way it does. And it's as far as I know, it's made in the US, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But this right here, this is OEM. This is the original Honda kickstand here with the hardware and everything. So let's take that apart. Let's take it apart. Let me move the camera over to this side. Some working space. Move everything over. Bring my camera down. Oh, it is already down. Okay. Well, anyways, so this mount here, there's 4 bolts underneath here, and those 4 bolts are a 12 millimeter Allen, or excuse me, not Allen, 12 millimeter hex. So I have my 12 millimeter right here. Just go in there and loosen it up. And I think the last time I went in here to screw and unscrew these things, spider webs everywhere. I might have put some Loctite on here. I think I did put some Loctite on here. So anyways, so let's do that. Oh jeez, that's tight. So yep, I think I put some Loctite, so that's why it feels so tight. Some blue Loctite. Actually kind of have a bad angle right now too. It's not ergonomical. So when it's not ergonomical, you don't have full power, full leverage. Oh jeez, I can feel my hand hurting. So my hand, I injured my hand. How long has it been now? 3 weeks, 4 weeks now? Probably 3, no, probably 4 weeks now, almost. Since I injured my hand, or maybe 3 weeks since I injured my hand. You know, doing shooting cannonball. And even right now, it still hurts. Actually, that wasn't from my crash. My crash is actually my ribs, and that actually still hurts. But this right here was actually, I had went to the bathroom, and when I was going out of the bathroom, as I opened the door, walking out, I still have my helmet on, so I guess I didn't really notice the door opening up, and it kind of came back. Like I opened it up a little bit too fast, and it kind of whipped back. And my hand kind of like jammed, you know, it's like you jammed your toes into the edge of the door. So I jammed my hand into the edge of the door, and it's basically split my 2 middle fingers here, my ring finger and my middle finger open. And boy, that hurt really bad. So I think I just have like soft tissue damage from that. So, and it still hurts quite a bit. Even now, like anytime I use this hand for anything, even just like I can barely make a fist without it hurting. So I can't, I can make the fist, but I can't squeeze it. If I squeeze it, it's like, oh man, it hurts. So it was like that for like a week while I was riding cannonball. For almost a week. Like I think this happened. Did this happen on the day that I crashed, or the day before I crashed? I can't remember. It was neither the day before, or the day of the crash, or the day after the crash. Anyways, whatever. So it happened about halfway through cannonball. So cannonball ended on the 12th, I believe. And today's what? Today's already today's about a month since cannonball ended. So yeah, it's been a month. It's been a month, or maybe a little more than a month, since I hurt my hand. And it's been over a month since I crashed, and my rib still hurts actually. If I move a certain way, it still hurts. While I'm laying down and I actually rest my arm over that spot where my rib is, I can feel it. It's painful. So I think it might be more than just a bruised rib. It's possible that I have a fractured rib or something. Possibly even, I don't think a broken rib, maybe fractured. But the thing with ribs, when you fracture or break your ribs, there's nothing you can do about it. Basically all you do is just take it easy. I've seen cases where people, when they broke the ribs, they have to like kind of tape up their torso. I don't think I have broken ribs though, because nothing's folded up. It hurts, so it's either fractured or it's bruised really bad. But I didn't really see any bruising at that spot, so that's why I figured it wasn't really. That's why I have a suspicion that it's fractured, possible fractured. And it's been a month, so bruised rib. I don't know how long bruised ribs last. So you folks that have bruised ribs, let me know how long that lasts. So it's been over a month already, and that rib still hurts. That's why I have a suspicion that it might be like a fractured rib. So anyways, It is what it is. Can't do nothing about, even if it is broken or fractured broken. Can't do nothing about that. You just have to let it heal on its own, and just take it easy. And don't stress the ribs too much. So you move around and such. So now the other side is gonna be hung up by the brake lever. So I'm reaching over and I'm actually gonna push the brake lever down. The brake, instead of the shifter lever, it's the brake lever. So I'm gonna push that down a little bit. Oh shit! Oh man, I can't even. That's not enough leverage. Oh shit! Oof, fell back there. Lost my balance. I actually got lightheaded. Push this down. Oh, it's already down. So push it down a little bit more. Just to move this out of the way. There we go. So now you can see how bent up this is. Let's compare it to the new one. Let's see, let me put something down there so let's hold it up. Alright, so let's compare it side by side to each other. So there it is. You can see how straight this one is and how bent up this one is. Even here too, it's here you actually see it from this angle. You can see it from this angle here. See how it's not straight. It's pretty bent. Especially on this side right here, you see it bending down, curving downwards. Whereas with this one on that side, it's just straight. The whole thing is just straight. It's only down on this side because this side right here needs to clear the exhaust pipe. So this is visually when I ordered this, I was going to replace this instead of using the SuperCub one. I was going to use the Trail 125 one, but then I noticed on the Trail 125 it doesn't have this clearance to go around the exhaust pipe. The Trail 125 it actually comes right up against here, and it actually comes right up against like down right here, so it will go right through where the exhaust pipe would be. So that's why I didn't, you can't use that. That's why you can't use the Trail 125. You have to use the SuperCub one. It's kind of unfortunate because I wanted to have the 125 ones that has the folding foot pegs, because the Trail 125 has folding foot pegs. So that's what I wanted, but it is what it is. So, all right, so let's put the new one on. And the reason why I'm not welding that tab on here first is because I don't know exactly orientation. I need to mount this up first so that way I could align it up properly. So push the brake lever down, bring this in, just let it kind of hang there. Let it hang there a little bit. Back to this side and put the bolts in. So I think I had from the factory, it doesn't, these 4 bolts don't have Loctite, but I think I added Loctite on these. So I'm actually not going to add any Loctite this time. I'm just going to leave it as is. What I forgot to take off. Let me go back to the other side. Got to take off that little rubber piece that goes on this. So this thing right here is right down here. There should be a little rubber piece. That way the brake lever could rest on that. So let's look at this one here. See this one right here? There's that little rubber piece right here. Right? So you need to pull that off. I need to get a screwdriver to pry it off. All right, so let's see. Got 2 screwdrivers here. Try. Okay, that's good right there. So still good, still all intact. Set that aside. Stick this one in here and just push it in, and that's it. You need that. So your brake lever will rest up against here, so it doesn't clank. Otherwise, it'll be like clank, clank, and clank, right? All right, let's put this back in. Push the brake lever down. Slide this in there. Kind of leave it there. Let the let the lever hold it up, let the brake lever hold it in there, like so. Okay. And this side, my 4 bolts, and I'm not gonna reapply Loctite. The original one didn't have Loctite, so why did I put Loctite to begin with? I think because I knew I was gonna do cannonball, and when you go all day long and with all that vibration, especially wide open throttle for 12 hours a day, things could vibrate loose. So that's why I Loctited these. The last time that I had to take these off, can't remember why I took it off for. Oh, I remember why. I took it off because I put on that exhaust, that aftermarket exhaust, which actually I'm thinking of taking that off and putting on the stock exhaust. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take the aftermarket exhaust off and put on the back to stock exhaust. That way it'll be a little bit quieter and it looks all stock. Back to making it look stock. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let's cut this out and now put it in a different, edit it in a different one. Alright, so I got the original exhaust back on. Everything's good there. Just tighten these ones up now. Again, I'm not gonna be using Loctite on this like I did before, because from the factory they actually don't have Loctite. So so no need to really add any Loctite. Actually, I've never had these screws come loose before, and I've had so this is not the only bike with this, this basically this more or less this engine that I've had. Obviously I also have the Trail 125, the Monkey. I've had many CRF 50s, CRF 70s, CRF 110. They all pretty much use the same engine configuration. And on those bikes, they don't. I've never had any of these bolts come loose on me. Wrench. So yes, I've never had any of these bolts come loose on me. I think maybe a few of them I might have added. Oops, wrong direction there. On a few of them I might have added Loctite, but I think I did it on a few of them when whatever reason I had to take this peg bar off. But most of them I didn't. I just left them as is. Get underneath there. These 4 bolts. I can't seem to line up the holes. Oops, there it is. There it is. So the brake lever was actually, because the brake lever pushes down here on the other side, it actually sort of pushed the bar slightly cockeyed, so it was the hose didn't line up, so I had a hard time putting the bolt in. But now everything's lined up, it's all good. It's funny looking down here, everything's all dirty except for this bar. It looks all all brand new and shiny. Oh, it's nice and straight now. That's nice. I'm not sure what the torque spec on this is. I think the torque spec is probably, since it's only a 12mm head, torque spec on it is probably only like maybe around 15 foot-pounds, I think. But anyways, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. You know, I have the service manual, but I'm too lazy to go look at it. So let's see. So I'm not gonna put the pegs on this one right now because I actually need to take this off because I want to remove the paint here. So I could put my weld my cab on. So I'm gonna do that probably on another video. But let's look at this side. You do it on this side, right here. Since I have the parts, right? Let me see. So here it is right here. There's one. Maybe one of these rubber thingamabobs. You know what? I need to clean this up right here, and I need to put contact cement or rubber cement, basically contact cement. Let me go get that. All right, so I have my bare peg here. I'm gonna put on the parts here. So here's the part number for the rubber piece. So I didn't want to waste time picking on the other one, the original one. So there it is. So this is nice and new. You got the old piece here. This one's okay. It's just a little scratched up in here. That's no big deal. So that's that. But before I do anything, I actually need to clean this up. So I could apply some contact cement on there. So I got some alcohol. So that's to clean this up. Because you can't put, you don't want to, I should say. You don't want to put contact cement on something that's dirty because it won't stick very well. So let me use this to clean it up a little bit. I can actually, you know, this gusset here, this little tab that hangs down the bottom of the round bar is it's made out of, or it's welded on there obviously, and it's actually MIG welded, and I can actually see the tabs from it, the silicates from it. The silicate is part of the wire, part of the alloy on the MIG wire. So you can see, you go in there and see, you guys can see that. Shoot, stupid the brake is in the way. So anyways, if you look here, you see like little light spots. Those are the silicates that that's part of the MIG welding process. In this case, it didn't get removed. That's all right. So I wiped everything off, right, with alcohol. So it should be clean. My hands are dirty right now. I should have cleaned my hands, but I'm gonna try to not touch anything. So I got my contact cement. It's all warm. It's warm because it was in my. You know, I leave this in my. This is part of my tire repair kit. You know, for the rope plugs, right? So this thing goes in like that. So you see how there's a little slot right there. That's for this little gusset right there. So I'll slide that in. Before I do that, oh, this thing has color now. It's not really clear anymore. Normally, it's pretty clear. So put this on. Just, you know. Let's get on there, on the tab right there. Both sides, I get both sides. guess I could get the end too. Well, I didn't wipe the end. I don't think I wiped the end with the alcohol. It's gonna be like that. Okay. So now I'm gonna get another dip in here and get some inside the rubber in here. Also along the slit, that slit as well. Get into that slit right there. Get all the way in there. Oops. My little rubber thing came off. I just kind of put too much side forces on there. Okay, so we're good there. Put this in, so give it like a minute or so, or a couple minutes. So how contact cement works, and contact cement, rubber cement, how it works, is that when you apply it, you don't just drop it on and put the part together. You have to, you have to get it on there on the surface, on both contacting surface. You have to give it a few minutes to let the contact cement haze over. So when you first put it on, it looks very wet. So as it hazes over, it kind of dries. The surface dries a little bit. So you need to do that for both surface. Once you have that, that's when you can stick it in, and that's when it adheres. So if it's still wet and you just freshly put it on, it's still wet, you put it on there, it doesn't adhere very well, because it needs that little bit of air to kind of get it set up. So I think I'm pretty good. I'm waiting for this one to haze up. I can see this one's still wet. This one's pretty much mostly hazed up already, but this one's still a little wet. So remember how contact cement works is you have to apply on that side, apply on this side, and whatever side it's on is adhere to that. Then since both of them have contact cement, when you stick them together, the two contact cement will come together, and that's how it adheres to each other. And you have to do this fast. You can't just slowly push it in. You just push it in real fast, shove it in real quick. For it to just go on real quick. Otherwise, it's gonna, if you put it slowly, it might stop part halfway through, and you might not be able to push it all the way in. So this one still looks kind of wet. So I think that's all right. It's good enough. So my hand's dirty, so I'm gonna grab it from down here somewhere to give me some leverage while I push this in. So I'm gonna shove it in real quick. All the way in? I think it's all the way in. So some of it came out here, that's good. That means it got plenty even in there. Let me wipe some of that off right here. Yeah, I think that's all the way in. Okay. I still see a little bit of contact cement on the other side, which is fine. No big deal. There's some contact cement right there. That's all right too. All right, so now I can put my thingamabob here on. The rest of it, I guess you could say, kind of helps hold it in. So let's see. Should this one go on first? I think this goes on first. Oh, this goes on first. No. Yeah, I think the black piece goes on first, because once if you put this on here, the black piece, because of the it's like a clip basically. It won't be able to slide in, so you have to put this in first. So let me try to. Let's see which angle here. It's kind of tough right there. Oh. It's tough too, because this thing is kind of, it's kind of thin. Should actually use some soapy water or something to help slide this on. Let me get some soapy water and help wet this so that I can slide this on easy. Alright, got my soapy water. Actually, this is not soapy water, this is actually Simple Green. I didn't have my soapy water squirt bottle actually broke. So I have my Simple Green bottle. squirt this up. Oh, this thing is actually kind of dirty too. So squirt it up a little bit. I gotta create some slipperiness. Oh, shoot, my hands are so slippery I can't push it in. Let me try pushing it in with the wrench. Okay, got it in. Mostly, I think. There you go, got it mostly in, mostly lined up. Maybe might have been in a little bit too far. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. So that made it much easier with that simple green. So this cap here goes on like so. Let's see if I push it in too far. Oh yeah, I did. This side pushed in too far. This side looks okay. So I'm gonna have to push this side out a little bit. Let's see. Shoot, I'm gonna do that. Push this out this way a little bit. Need to make sure those holes lined up, right? The holes, this hole and that hole line up. So I'm right above it. I can see it's lined up. That back side looks like it's lined up. So I think I'm okay. So now you just need to push it in. The black part right here on the back side is actually kind of out. It's kind of out a little bit. So I'm gonna have to kind of push it in a little bit. Why is it out? I'm not sure why it's out. It shouldn't be out like that, but anyways. Squeeze it in a little bit. The two black part right here, both the front and rear. I'm gonna have to squeeze that in a little bit. Between them. Jeez. Okay, let me reposition my body so I get more leverage. Okay, oops. I'm actually pushed out. Dang it. I just push it out. Side in a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, it's looking good. Let's get this one in. Push this down a little bit, Ken. Oops, the holes are lined up, so I didn't screw on. Let's see. Where is it not lined up? It looks like it needs to be pushed back out this way a little bit. There it goes. Just have to squeeze the black piece on the bottom down a little bit. Okay, that's all tight. So this side, you have to do the same thing. This side has to squeeze the black part up and the silver part down to get the hose to line up. Okay, that's one in. There you go. So the piece is on, everything's good. So basically you just give the the contact cement, well, maybe overnight or something like that. Let's see, let's dry until glossy. 15 minutes. Oh geez, I only gave it like 3 minutes, but not over 2 hours. Anyways, it's probably you know, overnight or so for the contact cement to fully cure. And that's how it goes. So that's how you know, install the foot pegs. You see my thing's all dirty. You know, the bike needs to be washed. I haven't washed it yet, but I probably won't until I sell it. So I'm thinking of selling it actually. So everything's lined up good. Yeah, look at my pegs. Now, actually, well, actually the stock. This is the stock exhaust. So the stock exhaust, the header is a little smaller. But previous to this, when I had the other exhaust on here, the peg right here was actually touching the exhaust because, you know, you can see here it got pushed in a little bit from that, and now it has nice space. So that looks like at least quarter inch, over quarter inch actually. Almost down here is I think 3/8 of an inch. Over here is a little bit less than 3/8, but for sure over a quarter inch. Right in this spot here. So anyways, that's it. That's the reinstalling the foot peg for the SuperCub. So from what I hear, and I tried it myself, you know, the original one that was on the side, I couldn't get that thing off because it was, you know, because it was glued on there. And you could get it off if you could start like prying stuff in there, but you know, this thing is only $6. It's not worth my time, my effort, you know, busting up my knuckles for $6. So let's just buy a new one. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.